so many people to thank. I got teammates, I had a surprise visit from my Long Island friends. I didn't know they were coming. My first roommate, who I hadn't seen in 50-some years, showed up without it being announced. It's just a great thrill. I can't announce everybody by name, it would take too long, but I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Let's talk about Gammas. The roughest football game I ever played in was the intramural finals in basketball. Between the Gammas and the St. Tars. It was so rough, they had to almost cancel the game. I don't know why. Is any St. Tar here? We kind of loved you, okay? A little bit. But I appreciate the Gammas. Guess who won, guys? You know it, okay? We won the championship in intramural sports. Without going any further, okay, my family. We're an education family. My wife, Kathy, school social worker. My son, Dan, okay, is a college administrator. My daughter, Margie, is a high school psychologist. My son, Kevin, is a special ed teacher. My two grandsons that are here, my grandson and my granddaughter that are here today are excellent students, right? You study hard? Way off, right? Very good. My third granddaughter is home prepping for her first communion tomorrow. You know how important that is. You think they had trouble in England getting ready. She's having trouble right now, okay, getting ready for tomorrow. We're all going to Stella, Ohio tomorrow for the first communion for my granddaughter, Elena. I'm from Baldwin, Long Island, New York. That doesn't sound too much for people in 2011. But you gotta ask, in 1956, how the hell did I get here? Well, we had a guy by the name of Ernie Johnson, our coach. He taught, lived, okay, and coached in Baldwin. I had a mother by the name of Molly, very Irish. She hated my choice of college. It was a commuter's college, Hofstra. She said, you're not a commuter. Social will get you away all the time, you would be going to class. I'm going to send you away to college. She had no idea what away meant. In those days, it took 14 hours and 50 minutes to get from the Port Authority to Clarion. We went through every damn town in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. Okay, it was all 322s, 22s, 422s, no 80, no 78. I had never seen a cow in my life. I had never seen a deer in my life. I had never seen forests in my life. My longest trip at that point, up to that point, was 1 hour. That was either to Madison Square Garden, Ebbets Field, the Polo Grounds, or Yankee Stadium. I never went further than any of those places. To say that I went through a cultural shock coming to Clarion is an understatement. How did I make it? Well, one of the things that Mr. Johnson told my mother was that we have a great faculty. And I had the pleasure of having many great teachers, great people, as well as teachers. About 20 years ago, we got a new teacher in the high school I was teaching at. Her name is Craig Burr. He's a Duke graduate, okay, he's a wrestling coach. Also, he is a very high school graduate. And Craig, one day, we're eating lunch, and he says, who are some of the professors you had? And I said, oh, I had Tippin, I had Still, I had Camden. Oh, he's laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? He said, well, he said, you think of them as people, I think of them as buildings. Our age difference did that to us, okay? They were buildings. And well, one of those people, who I thought was a person, who was a building, by the way, very disappointed, was Frank Campbell. Frank Campbell, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, faced Clarion. Everybody saw him every day. Frank loved everybody. One of my best buddies in Clarion became a lifelong friend with Frank. They traveled together, they vacationed together. My friend flunked freshman economics from Frank. But Frank was that type of guy that he liked you because of who you were. Not because you were an A student, a C student, or failure. He just liked you. I could do a seminar for an hour. Rich, can I do it? With Rich. I don't think Rich wants me to do it on just things I learned from Frank Campbell as a professor. He's a great, great human being. 1957, Mr. Johnson became the football coach. We had Mr. Carnahan, we had, and Mr. Wignelli. Mr. Wignelli, how many people do you know Mr. Wignelli? Still off, quiet, No. One of the most energetic, hard-working people I've ever met in my life. I call it a blue-collar work ethic. I tried to copy that kind of blue-collar work ethic in my years as a teacher. He never did anything without putting full energy into it. I had him as a professor, I had him as a coach, I had him as a varsity club advisor, a great human being. This Hall of Fame is a tribute, okay, to Frank Kelly, okay, the role he played as president. In 1959, we were 6-1-1. Clarion said undefeated teams, that had teams with equal records. I coached teams, I played on teams that had better equal records. But every team I played on or coached that had better records was supposed to be good going into the season. In 1959, we weren't supposed to be good. No one predicted us to be good. And that's what made the 6-1-1 record so special. I hope Grove City is having a football banquet tonight for the 1959 team, because at the end of the season, after we defeated them and they were 7-2 and they won their conference, they picked an all-opponent team, offense and defense, 20-some players. Anybody want to guess how many players guys made? None. 0. We hurt their feelings so bad. To this day, I don't think they can recognize that they lost to Clarion. I shouldn't say that from Irish. Okay? And the number one thing in the Irish vocabulary is revenge. Okay? So this is my way of getting revenge. The most proud thing I am of our 1959 team, think about this for a second. We did not have one discipline problem on the field, off the field. I cannot say that about some of the other teams. We did not have one discipline problem on the field or off the field. So you can talk about victories and other things, but that to me, 50 years later, is more important because guys put out and gave of themselves. I was very fortunate to be co-captain with a fellow by the name of Bill Smutko. You know Bill Smutko beside my teammates? Bill Smutko, he was a gamin. He was a teammate, he was co-captain. Bill Smutko is a type of leader that means this. We have the Ray Lewis's motion. We have Michael Jackson, Jordan, okay? Get the Michaels confused. Okay, Michael Jordan. Who's a leader because he's so good? Bill Smutko was smart, intelligent. You could go to him with a situation and say, Bill, how should we handle this? And he always came up with the right solution. Bill went home to Louisville, Pennsylvania, became an honored teacher, became an honored coach, and became the mayor of Louisville on a couple of occasions. I'm very fortunate as I stand out here and look out at the people that had Bill Smutko in my life, that had Coach Lee Kelly in my life, that Frank Campbell's in my life, and to have so many friends, gamins, teammates here tonight. I thank you very kindly. I'm very proud to graduate.